everyone. I realized that there is something that I haven't done in any of these cooking videos that I've done so far. And it's weird because I use this piece of equipment, in the wintertime I use this piece of equipment at least once a week, and that is my crock pot. I love my crock pot. This week we are making short rib chili in the crock pot. I love making chili. Chili is like the easiest thing to make because you just throw a bunch of stuff together. As long as you have beans, you're good. Well, I think so. I know a lot of people don't really like chili with beans, but I think that you need chili with beans. This short rib chili has kind of an Asian flavor combination in it. I'm going to use soy sauce and sesame oil and some hoisin and some ginger and some rice vinegar in the marinade for the short ribs. The short ribs are going to cook overnight, and then I'm going to take the bones out tomorrow morning, and we'll add in all of our other chili ingredients, the tomatoes, the beans, the chili powder, cumin, all of that stuff. It's gonna cook low and slow for 8 hours. Then tomorrow morning, the bones are just gonna lift right out. So let's get started on the marinade. I have to tell you honestly, when I make this, I never know exactly how this combination is going to get put together. So this is not a recipe, this is just me sort of throwing stuff into the mixer and whizzing it up and seeing if it tastes good. So here's where we're gonna start. We've got 5 cloves of garlic, because of course you have to have lots of garlic. A lot of soy sauce, probably about 1/4 cup, 1/8 cup of rice vinegar, just a little bit of sesame oil. If you do too much sesame oil, it can be a little overwhelming. So I'm just gonna do like maybe 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. I am gonna put a little bit of ground ginger in this. Normally I would put some fresh ginger in, but it's late. Then I'm just gonna take about that much hoisin. It's about 1 tablespoon. You can think of the hoisin as a substitute for molasses. We're just gonna take our little stick blender here and whiz it up. So I'm lucky enough to get short ribs from Aunt Karen and Uncle Jim. So this is a beautiful cut of meat from a steer that was raised at Circle Inn. Big chunk of meat. Take our marinade, which looks like this. Isn't that beautiful? And then we're just gonna pour this over. We wanna try and cover the whole thing. We're gonna set our crock pot to low for 8 hours. Good morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. My short ribs have been cooking overnight. First thing I have to do is pull the bones. This is pretty simple because they're just gonna absolutely pull right out. Look at that. Next thing I'm gonna do is just do a really quick sort of chop of this meat. Look at that, it just pulls right apart. And I might pull out a couple of the pieces of this fat, just because it's gonna make the chili too oily. All right, now we are going to add, we've got diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, black beans, kidney beans. I'm gonna put in some Ortega chili. I accidentally bought whole roasted, so I'm just gonna do some chopping. Add those in, do some more chops. We're gonna add some tomato paste. The strong flavor of the short ribs is really gonna make it so that it doesn't taste like tomato soup. We'll give that a good mix, a good stir. We'll add in all our spices. God, it smells so good. I wish you guys could be here to smell it. We're gonna add, this is cumin. I'm gonna do 2 good spoons of this. 1 of, this is paprika. We'll do about 1/2. This is cayenne. I was out of chili powder, so I'm gonna use this chipotle chili powder. I'm just gonna use about 1/2 on this one too. Add a little bit of onion powder in this one. And you gotta have some garlic powder. because that's your business, right? Those of you who are on TikTok will know what I mean. We'll just do some salt and some pepper. And we'll give that a stir. We're gonna reset this to low for 5 hours. It's 8 o'clock now. This will be ready at 1 o'clock. Ooh, I can have this for lunch. Yay. It's time to give this a try. I did add a little bit of cheese, some Monterey Jack to that. Oh, that is delicious. The best part about this chili is that it's only gonna get better the longer it develops, like the longer I leave it in the fridge. There are no words. It's so good. Short rib chili. Give it a try, everybody.